Okay, so here is an update on Hurricane Irene from Staten Island. We have a tornado watch in effect from midnight to 3 p.m. We have heavy downpours. Now I can feel rain coming out of my air conditioner, pounding, and there are some winds. Maximum right now is probably 20 miles an hour. Also, the MTA has closed as of 12 p.m., which is noontime, and also they have closed subways, they have closed the bus lines, so you cannot use any mass transportation. Another thing is that the bridges have been closed due to the wind, and driving conditions is becoming harsh, so that also affects. And another thing is that if you are living in an area where you have warnings, if you're in the center of a city, not near a body of water, make sure you have a better, make sure when you're hiding, make sure you have the best hiding place possible. I'm saying this because this is a very dangerous storm, and most of us never experienced this storm in our lives before, because even though this is a category 1 storm, this can even be, it feels like it's a category 3 or 4 or 5. It may feel like 2005's Katrina disaster in New Orleans. So you have to make sure that you're in a better hiding place, or else you're going to be in, you're going to get into so much trouble. Especially, you may even get killed. And here's another update from North Carolina. Few people have died because they have ignored warnings. Okay, so if you're living near that coast and you're right now, you're going to be in a world of trouble. Mark my words, you're going to be in a world of trouble. Okay, especially I saw on the news even yesterday that Chris Christie also told the people who are living in the Jersey Shore to better evacuate. I know he had a salty language and all that stuff, but he forced everyone to evacuate, because this storm is very serious, because high tidal waves actually flood the streets. And you have to understand that tidal waves is like 7 to 12 feet, that much it can flood. And not only that, it can, these flooded waters have contamination. You have to understand that it contains a mixture of gasoline, oil, and all the, and even like from the sewage, all that nasty stuff in the water. So it is contaminated. It is unhealthy, And another thing, after a hurricane disaster happens, the governors, the mayors, they're all going to say that do not go back to the residents for many health concerns. One is that the water is contaminated. If it's contaminated, it's going to affect your health. You're going to actually have health problems, and of course you're going to die. So be very careful. I urge everyone who's living in the hurricane zone area to please be careful out there. Okay, make sure you stay indoors at all times. Do not even get out of the building. Make sure you stay indoors. Okay, because if you get out, you're going to be in a much worse state. Okay, so please be very careful. Okay, we want everyone to be safe and sound, especially I myself. And I heard it from every governor. Even the President Barack Obama also declared a state of emergency for Hurricane Katrina, and not Katrina, Irene. But you have to make sure that you're safe. There's another things, like if you do have a backup battery, like I have here is a ZAG This thing actually helps me in case of an emergency, that if I don't need to make phone calls, I don't know if the cell phones are going to work, but if they do work, I can make phone calls, make sure like I can contact anyone. So that can also be helpful. And I have a USB, so I don't run out of charge. Another thing is, if you do have a laptop, make sure it's fully charged, so you can, in case if you don't have one of these, but your phone has a USB connector that you can connect to the laptop. Let's say when there is no power, you can also do that. And another thing is that the reason why that you should stay indoors is because down power lines can conduct electricity, and it can electrocute you, and you can also get killed by that too. So better to make sure you stay indoors, okay, at all times, because this is an unsafe time and place that you're staying in. And I know that when I was driving yesterday to Albany to drop my sister off at University of Albany, when I came back, I saw a lot of cars coming in the opposite direction. They're trying to evacuate. They're trying to drive upwards away from the disaster area. So make sure that you should definitely heed all warnings, and make sure you also should have a backup radio. Make sure you have food, make sure you have everything, even extra clothing as well. Especially water. Everyone needs water, and in case if the pipes are not working, you should have like maybe a huge barrel of water in case if that doesn't work. That's what I just did. So make sure everything is ready and set. Hopefully, if I live, I'll probably post some hurricanes, like a video about it. I'm also, I hope everyone is safe, and I hope everyone survives this tropical storm that we are going to face as of today, and that's coming up in a few hours.